Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And today, video number 3 for the morning before I pack up, because I'm actually packing up my computer to bring up to Tennessee today, and we'll leave my laptop here behind just in case I need to do any work when I get back before making the official move up on Monday. But today, I actually found this bit of news here on Bounding into Comics, which is that apparently the CW crossover event that's going to happen with the Flash and Supergirl and all those other shows going on, Arrow. Apparently, it's going to bring in a lot of other actors from previous shows and even previous movies into this universe to really show you how amazing that the comic book world can really be, which, I think that I have my issues with the CW shows at this point. I used to love Arrow. I used to love The Flash. I even liked Supergirl for a bit, and then all of a sudden, it just started to push agendas more so than anything else. The thing that really got me the most was it was Supergirl. I think it was season 2. And the first 5 episodes focused on her adoptive sister and her adoptive sister's marriage to a woman. And that was the main focus. And then all of a sudden, it just dropped out of hat because the actress had quit the show. And then they just decided to move on with it. And it was just like, I just didn't understand why they couldn't just focus on Supergirl being a superhero and why they had to try and push a political agenda over anything else. Now we see that they are obviously trying to get more viewers on the screen because some of these shows are actually to the point where they're going to be ending, possibly because of views, possibly just because they've reached their limit. They have been going on for a very long time. That all being said, this is one of those things that could actually get me to at least watch this one episode of the show because of the people that they have being brought back. So this is a report that crossed over. Of the CW crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths will feature DCEU characters plus Linda Carter, Burt Ward, and Tom Welling. Tom Welling, man. God, I still remember binging through all of the seasons, like all 10 seasons of Smallville, just so that I could watch the final season as it was live, because I watched the first season and loved it, and then found out that the final season was coming out in just a few months, and somehow, some way, this was back when I was in college, I binge watched every single episode so that I could actually watch it live, and man, I love that show. The final season wasn't very strong, but man, there were some really good episodes, there were some really great character building, and Tom Welling, to me, I thought was a very good Clark Kent. I thought that he did a very good job playing that young version of Clark Kent, and so I'm excited to see him come back here. And again, this is an interesting concept. So apparently Crisis on Infinite Earths is going to talk about the multiverse and bring in these different characters who are all going to be different characters that have probably been mentioned in other franchises, but also new characters that have not been featured yet in these television series. And I think that it has a lot of potential to be really freaking cool. Again, to have Linda Carter and Tom Welling, all from different parts of the DC universe, all coming into one show, one crossover event, sounds freaking awesome. And again, this is all with my issues with the show and the identity politics that they've been pushing aside, because, again, you can have really cool stories in comic books. You can have really cool stories coming together. You can have really cool moments in history when you're able to bring in these different actors from different eras, different generations, all coming together to create this incredible event. So the CW's next crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earths, is shaping up to be huge. In fact, it's taking on multiverse proportions. Characters from across DC's film and television continuity throughout the years are reportedly ready for an appearance. That's just freaking awesome, dude. Seriously. It really is amazing to me that you have this going on in DC, and then you have Marvel, which has all of its movies and all of its multiverse and all of its playing around with time travel. It doesn't make any damn sense. And then they can't even really acknowledge that their shows, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., even exist. In fact, they've even contradicted some of the things their shows have done, like Agent Carter. And it's just amazing that this will bring all the DC stuff together and be able to make it all work together, while Marvel is essentially fighting itself on the TV front. Though, of course, I think that will eventually change when Disney Plus goes live, because it seems to me that because they're going to put the actors from the films in their TV series, they're going to try and keep that continuity going. But still, it's pretty damn interesting. Characters from across Disney's film television community throughout the years are reportedly ready to make an appearance. That includes incarnations from Warner Brothers' current theatrical extended universe, according to exclusive by Cosmic Book News. An anonymous source at San Diego Comic-Con told that site Crisis will feature characters from all or most the DC appearances on TV and from some of the movies. That's pretty damn cool that you might have characters from the actual DCEU, like the modern iteration of it. You'll definitely have Linda Carter, who obviously is known as Wonder Woman, is known as the classic Wonder Woman, but also Tom Welling coming from the show Smallville from years ago. It's going to be really cool to see that actually happen. Specifics are still being worked out, but studio lawyers and execs are on edge, reportedly over what this ambitious plan will cost. Because, good lord, if you imagine all the different names and all the different things, and also the CGI that they're going to have to use for this, oh man, it's going to cost a crap ton of money. If they and the Arrowverse people can't reach terms, showrunners might resort to simple clips from movies like Man of Steel. In short, a flyby from Henry Cavill would have to do. So I really hope that's not the case, because if they're just going to put clips from other series, yeah, it might be interesting to see all those things happen happen all in one place, but I would much rather them actually try to bring in some of these actors. Like, for example, Tom Welling being confirmed or Linda Carter being confirmed. It'd be really cool to have someone else be brought in. I think Brandon Routh was also recently confirmed to also have been making an appearance in this as well. So you're going to have Brandon Routh and Tom Welling both in the same series, like both in the same episode. That just seems cool to me. Again, this is just coming from someone who is a bit of a nerd with this. I think that it could be really cool. Two Supermen we can confirm are indeed, two Supermen we can confirm for Crisis are returning are Tyler Hoechlin, Superman on Supergirl, and someone already part of the Arrowverse. Former Superman Brandon Routh will wear the cape one more time as a Superman from the Kingdom Come. Routh will play Routh play Man of Steel in Bryan Singer's Superman Returns, which was not a very good film, but Brian Routh was fine in it, and I feel really bad for him too. Because Brandon Routh, his character just, or rather his career kind of just stopped after that film because it got so critically panned. So when he came back into a superhero universe, when he came back for Legends of Tomorrow, I was very happy to see that happen because I really do like him as an actor. I think that he's got that that sense of charm, that like innocent sense of charm that really works very well. And so he also plays currently Adam on Legends of Tomorrow, which I think is pretty interesting to see and how they're going to be able to make that work. Tom Welling will also be back as Clark Kent Superman from Smallville universe, a role he played for a full decade. Yeah, seriously. Joining him is Linda Carter as Wonder Woman once again at the part that made her famous in the 1970s. Carter stayed in the DC spotlight with guest spots on Smallville and Supergirl. I remember those spots. Also recalling the campier era will be Burt Ward, who was reprising his role as Robin from the 60s Batman TV show. As a tribute to Adam West, the Batman of that Earth will already be dead and will not be recast. I think that's, again, very respectful of them to do so. So, again, kudos to you guys. These are good decisions you're making. West, who best embodied that incarnation of the Caped Crusader, passed away in 2017, and fittingly, the role was all but retired like a jersey number. And I think that's a very good thing for them to have done for that reason. And also, it's really sad because imagine if he was still alive and they're able to bring back Batman and Robin one more time. So again, there's a lot of possibilities that shows like this, that stories like this, like ideas like this are able to bring about. And it's mostly going to be something that the comic book universe is able to bring about more than any other type of universe. So what do you guys think? Are you excited? Again, I'm kind of that person that I fell away from the CW shows because they just started to become more focused on pushing agendas than actually telling good stories. And that's the reason why I kind of fell away from it. I'm sure there's some things, like I think Arrow was the one that was actually able to kind of protect itself from that, at least, you know, going full bore. Supergirl was like just full bore into it, and then The Flash, I fell behind, and then people started telling me that it went in that direction, and so I was like, okay, I'm glad I fell behind because I don't want to enjoy a show so much just to get disappointed later down the road. But what are y'all guys' thoughts? Do you think that this is enough to bring you back? I think that I'm going to watch this episode. I'm just going to be honest. I think that this is bringing in enough people to make me actually want to watch it. The only thing they could do to really ruin that for me is if they announce, oh, by the way, we're also going to be bringing in Batwoman as well. We're going to bring her in. We're going to bring her in and her identity politics into the show. I really hope that doesn't happen, because if that happens, that might keep me from watching it. But if they keep it like this and start bringing in just all these classic things and they focus just on pure nostalgia in this way and how they're able to work together with the old times and the modern times, I think that could be really cool. Let me know your thoughts about all these things in the comments below, guys. If you like this video, smash that like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.